Welcome back to Club Wisdom 8, and today I think I want to talk about, well, there was a question put in the comments. Who should you awaken first? I think this is a very good question for me. So the reason why I think I'm pretty good to answer this question is because I do have two accounts. Now on my other account, nearly everyone is awakened. I think if there are 40 whatever heroes, probably 36 of mine are probably awakened. But on this account, no, I only have one awakened hero. So this is quite good for beginner. So let me explain. The first thing you need to know is why should you awaken them? Well, you awaken them so they get more powerful. But different units, different heroes are better for awakening. Now when I say why should you awaken them, I don't really care about the power buff. I don't want to talk about that. But some people do have better power buffs. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, because if I tell you Mercedes' buff is not as good as Creon's, are you still going to buff? Are you still going to make Creon your first awakening? Absolutely not. So it doesn't matter about that. First of all, let's think about the target. The first target is, ideally, in the old days it was get to Chaos 26. In the old days it's get to Chaos 26 and farm. Now things have changed. Things have changed a lot because of the opening, because of Astania, because of the situation in Astania, offering a lot more things like yellow stones to get you to level 70, and a lot more than that. Other perks, including how do I put it? Loyalty items. Like, you can get them in Chaos, but they're not as good. So the ideal situation is to get to hard. Now you get to hard, and your ideal situation is to actually reach, wow, it looks like I haven't even reached it in normal. I need to see why. Is to reach level 43. Now the second best would probably be level 12 of hard. So these are both for hard. So hard 12, hard 43, but I would prefer hard on Astania to Chaos 26. So what you need is a hero that can get you. You need to be able to get there. So am I there? No, I don't think so. No, I was just trying to click it. I'm actually not. He's just covering. So where am I in hard in terms of Rudia? So okay, so hard. I finished it, really? It's finished? I think this is not complete, right? Yeah, it's not complete because it's 0 out of 50. So last time I played, I was at 55 hard. So my ideal situation is I need to complete this in order to move on. So let's see the units I have, because clearly, and I think this is, only 2. Okay, so you need 40. You need 40 relatively good units. So the units I probably used maybe a week or two ago would have been, let's have a look. So these are the ones that could not make it through. So this is going to give you an idea of who to awaken and who not to. It's taking a long time. Lucky it didn't break. So what I have here is, wow, 6-star Kirks I didn't use. That was I'm not sure. I don't know how it worked. I think it was just a quick one for leveling up, maybe. Yeah, because there's a Dark Alus there. So this wasn't the team I used. But if I did use a team, so just to open everything up, change formation, so that you can see the situation. I think just put it on this. So I was focusing. I probably would have focused on Werebeasts. So if I'm putting a lot of energy into Werebeasts, then ideally I would say Natasha is a good one to awaken. So in general, I tend to awaken the people that I use the most and rely on the most, and the ones who I use the most. However, Celiaz is probably not a good choice. Celiaz will probably come much later, so be careful. Devs is a good choice actually, but probably much later. This game is based more on power. You need a lot of power. However, in many situations, if you don't have the power, if you don't have like a powerful Mercedes, as you can see, I put a lot in Mercedes, and I even I actually did awaken her. I did awaken her first. So generally speaking, in the old days we would awaken Kirks first. So whether you awaken Mercedes or Kirks, sorry, these are good choices. But still, I think Natasha is now also a good choice. But the problem is Natasha and Kirks, they're not really the tankiest, but Kirks' ability, Kirks gets a huge buff from awakening. It makes him very, very powerful. So it's difficult if you want to use him. But even if I did awaken Kirks and use him, I'm sure I still could not. I could not complete this level. So I do think relying on Mercedes to do nearly everything is pretty good at the beginning to get you far. I only just got her to 5 stars. I think what the problem is with the awakening of Mercedes is that if I show you, I can't get her up to level 21 because actually I've never really farmed a temple on this account. So I think I only got her to level 12, so I'm not really getting much out of her, to be honest. Her damage is only 660% of what she does. Well, it's still good enough because she has a huge AoE damage attack. What I could theoretically be doing is I should really be looking at items that can keep her strong. Really strong. Like, what the heck? Why does this one have that? Oh, I think I was aiming, I was just showing people earlier how to do a Natasha crit. Let's see, so was I focusing on a Mercedes crit damage before? Crit rate, yeah, I think I was. I probably had a Mercedes at around, I don't know. Yeah, but that would only be 20%. I think I was looking at a Mercedes crit damage, but I guess I can't look at that anymore. What I'll do is, sorry, I'll put on some powerful rings and I'll see if I can upgrade them. So the physical attack would be good. Let's see. Sorry. Oh, I do have a lot of superior enhanced scrolls. I just probably don't have the cash. So I'll probably do that, and I'll have a quick go later and see if I can break into Astania. So if I were you, I would be getting, as you are going for your awakenings, I really would be upgrading your lifesteal rings and your spears and everything around here. You really want to, honestly, if you're a beginner, you're going to be putting a lot into Mercedes. You're going to be investing so much. It's like, it's on another level. The more I invest, the higher the chances I'm going to finish this last level. Just through this, just through investing in Mercedes. That's really a big deal, you know. It's a big deal, pushing up her CP value. But yeah. So I've said the 3, but I think what we're missing out on is once you have a bunch of strong units, I mean a bunch of strong heroes, you should theoretically be looking at having one strong healer. Normally the healer, like a 6-star healer, and normally Aisha is a good one because she's the one who's going to carry light mages. But if you're again going to have another werebeast team, then things change. But light mages are very important. They can stun, and generally speaking, they're a really good way to cheat your way through the game. They're cheesy, you know, they'll cheese you. And I think if I took my Kremhild to level 70 and upgraded some stars, I think Kremhild on one team, Mercedes on another, Resurrection from Sasha, I think from Celiaz, who strangely enough is not in this team. I think well, not as the officer. So I think this could be really. I think these teams could be quite nice. So yeah, I don't see why I couldn't pass this level. Yeah, I hope that helps with regard to Awakening. Those are the main 3 or 4. Next, let's go along. Let's talk about gear. Generally speaking, I normally have to do like a 1 pull every day, like 2 pulls for free, and normally I have to get to 100 before I get anything. So if you're lucky enough to get anything, yeah, don't have any expectations for gear, I tell you. And for barracks, yeah, I think I've talked about that before. But with Soul Weapon, things have changed a bit. They've increased the chance of what you get. Now, I must say, Soul Weapon is dangerous. If you're not a whale at all, I would probably never really go for this Soul Weapon pulls. I don't think it's worth it. However, wow, Yaragash no good. Cassius is pretty good, and even when I look at it, it makes me think, yeah, I want to pull. But I mean, I can do 1 on this account, but let's see the rates. Is it really worth it? Dark Sword of Efta, and really what you're getting, 2% chance, 2%. So what I can, if I do 50 pulls, if I spend around, I don't know, 5,000, or it should be around, I don't know, because you get 1 free. What is it? I'm supposed to every 4,000. What, every 4,800? I should, like 4,700 gems, 4,800 gems. I should get. I should win. That's a bit crazy. Anyway, I'll do 1 for fun. I think Cassius's is probably the best, but in this account, I don't even have Cassius. I think it will be fun to have this, so I'll try once. I have zero wish to do any more. It's a shame nothing goes gold or when it changes, but maybe it does. Maybe there's a color change and I just don't know. I just don't do this enough. Oh, I got it. Well, that's kind of lucky. But it doesn't make me, whether I didn't get anything, I don't really have much expectation for this. Honestly, sometimes I've seen people like pull, like spend like over 10,000 gems and get nothing, and I've seen people spend 1,000 gems and get like 4 soul weapons. I've seen some crazy things, and 4 of them could even be the same. So now the reason why I just don't recommend soul weapons is because it's probably better to be using your gems to farm daily, etc. Farm all day on the once you get to those great levels, and then start getting your loyalty up, start getting everyone to make sure everyone's level 70, make sure you're getting your faction, what are they called, faction things, I don't know what they're called, I hate all the words. I think faction, don't think they're stones, what are they called, where are they, faction something, are they here, am I going mad? They should be here, right? Did I pass it? They look like those, but they're for yeah, those things. What are they called? Fine skill stones. You need to start farming higher so you can get these. On this account, I'm quite lucky. I got so many, but yeah, I guess I don't really have the gold to go with it on this account. But those will disappear quickly. The soldier, yeah, soldier's good, and also yeah, you do need the gems to be able. Today is a, you know, like on a Sunday or whatever, you get to farm all day using your best hero, so you can clear temple as quick as possible. So all day on a Sunday, and you know, so that's quite important. On this one, I haven't really tried, but you know, if you can reach, at least start from F8, then that will definitely be a good one to put your gems into. That's so important. And why should you be doing F8? Sorry, why should you be doing 8? Because if you're doing F8, you're getting this book, and this book, level 7 to 10, becomes the most important later on. They're the hardest to get. 7 to 10 books. These are not so important, you're going to sell them, but this book 7 to 10, very important. The difference in the amount you get is pretty small, so once you get to 10 it's fine, but I mean the difference is you know, once you start getting to the hundreds, maybe you notice, but it's not the biggest difference. Next, let's talk about Labyrinth. Labyrinth is something I don't do on this one, but in general, my aim would be to reach yellow on each level and definitely get the extra little things, and if you can kill the boss, then that's great. Now, in terms of the shop, I probably wouldn't waste too much, because whatever you get, you're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna get enough of these, you see, whatever they're called, Labyrinth coins. Why is it called a coin if it doesn't look like a coin? What would you buy from this? I can tell you only one thing I would buy from this, and it's this: Legendary Soul Weapon Scroll. Once I have all the weapons, then it will definitely be accessories. It will never be the armor. So weapons, summon scroll, and then legendary accessory. Never. I don't think 500 is worth for that at all. So definitely this and this. It's definitely worth trying to get a Pinaka, and definitely worth trying to get a Fatal. I know Crystal of Hero Power is nearly impossible to get, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth. Okay, so that's that one. So I think unless you ask me questions, I don't think I need to explain much about any of these. With regard to the cave, you know, I'll tell you a tricky thing I'm doing, actually. I'll tell you something. The Koreans have been complaining. They complain about the shop. They complain that they get so many of, what's this called? Underground cave tokens. They get so many. They have so many extra ones. Like, they're saying, why don't you add more to the shop? I think in the future they will. They might double it. So you might be able to be able to pay for 2 monthly. So don't buy the shoes. Save them. If you're really getting far later on, save them. Because I think in the future you're going to be able to... I have a feeling at some point you're going to get to buy more of them. So save, okay? I think that's going to be, that'll be a good one. That'll be a good tip for you. World Raid. I think Werebeast are very good for World Raid if they let you do it. Just stick it on. I haven't done it yet, but I mean, not for this account. But I think yeah, definitely the Werebeasts are pretty good. They really have knocked up my scores. Honestly, I've hardly ever done mine, only at the beginning, and generally speaking with the mine, the goblin mine, it's just the last one, and you have to run around in circles and make all the goblins keep following you and reappearing. You have you have all the main people fight, you leave them, and then you take like Kremhild or Mercedes, and you just run around gathering all the goblins. I would run around in an anti-clockwise direction on the outside. I hope that helps. This is Infinite Wars. So Infinite Wars. I want to tell you, I'm not very impressed with Infinite Wars. I'm not impressed because I just want there to be an autocomplete. I don't want to leave my phone on for like 10 minutes or something to just let it play out. So it's a bit, honestly, this is very irritating, the Infinite War. It's not it's not the best, and I always generally have the same team on both sides. Not impressed with that. The Legion of Ordeals, ideally you should get to level 30 on this account. Oops, I haven't started it. Great. Ideally, if you can get to level 30, then you're going to get 100 gems. I think those 100 gems, that can be worth a lot, you know. So this last one, if you can push to reach it, I think that will be great. Any tricks? I think having a Werebeast Cavalry, Werebeast Sword Cav or Werebeast Spear Cav, actually, because when I'm not using Mercedes, it seems when Mercedes is banned, it seems I'm forced to use the Werebeasts, and those Cavs seem to come up quite often. So that seems to have saved me on this when everything else has been banned. And those Cavs really play a good role in helping your guild. I wish that I had other pointers for you, but I don't unless you ask me questions. Just never forget to open up your shop and really get enough money each day at least to open the riddle box 5 times. On this account I probably don't, but this riddle box 5 times, later on when you become advanced, all you have left, if you're literally on the verge of being free to play, all you have is this. This is all that is going to push you forward, literally. So this riddle box, unless you can get the item ticket, you're really going to fall behind. And if you are paying gems, rather than spend gems on the getting soul weapons, I would probably go for, I'd probably rather spend money here. At least with this, at least with the gems you get from this riddle box, you can get shoes as well. And you know, if you're spending 40 on a pair of shoes, that will give you 120. You might be able to spend 50 and get 150 here. Like, I don't know, I'll buy one. Who knows what I'll get? Skin ticket 1. Actually, you should never underestimate skin ticket 1. It's actually just one I feel is worth a lot. I do like that. I do think that's worth it. As it's worth it, I'll pull again. I don't mind. There, that's enough. And then you get something like nonsense like that, for instance. Either way, I'm pretty happy with how the game goes. Don't forget to always play on the weekends during hot time. Don't forget the idle mode if you stop playing. On this account I always put it in idle mode. Yep, so please ask questions and thank you very much. Club Wisdom 8 over and out.